Have you ever heard the story of the lost hunters of the Adirondacks? It's a chilling tale that has been passed down through generations, a local legend that still makes people glance over their shoulders when they read deep in the woods. It all started back in the late 1800s, a time when these mountains were wild, untamed, and vast. Two brothers, experienced hunters and trappers named Elias and Samuel, set out one crisp autumn morning for a multi-day hunting trip. They knew these forests like the back of their hands, or so they thought. They told their families they'd be back in 3 days with enough game to last through the winter. They kissed their wives and children goodbye, shouldered their rifles, and vanished into the dense canopy of red and gold leaves. 3 days passed, then a week. The vibrant autumn colors began to fade, and a worried silence fell over their small village. The men of the town formed a search party. They were tough, seasoned woodsmen, familiar with every trail and stream. They called out the brothers' names until their throats were raw, their voices swallowed by the immense, indifferent wilderness. They found the brothers' initial camp, a small, hastily abandoned site. A half-eaten meal lay cold by the fire pit, and their packs were left behind, which was the first sign that something was terribly wrong. No hunter, no matter the situation, would willingly leave their supplies. The search party pressed on, following faint tracks that seemed to wander aimlessly, deeper and deeper into the mountains. The tracks were strange. They were spaced erratically, sometimes close together, sometimes far apart, as if the brothers were running, then stumbling, then running again. But what were they running from? There were no signs of a bear or any other predator. Just the two sets of human footprints, growing more desperate with every mile. Days turned into weeks, and the first snow of the season began to fall, blanketing the forest floor and erasing any hope of following the trail. The search was officially called off. The villagers mourned, the families grieved, and the story of the lost hunters began to take root in local folklore. Most people assumed they had succumbed to the elements or had a tragic accident. But the old-timers, the ones who had spent their lives in these mountains, whispered of something else. They spoke of an ancient spirit of the forest, a being that didn't take kindly to those who took too much from its domain. They said this spirit could mimic sounds, the call of a bird, the snap of a twig, even a human voice luring people off the path and deeper into a bewildering, hypnotic maze of trees from which there was no escape. They believed the brothers had been led astray, not by their own foolishness, but by something far older and more mysterious. Years later, another hunter, exploring a remote and rarely visited gorge miles from where the brothers were last seen, stumbled upon a rusted rifle leaning against a rock. It was identified as belonging to Elias, but that was it. No other trace of the brothers was ever found. Their disappearance remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of the Adirondacks. Were they simply victims of the harsh wilderness, or did they fall prey to something else entirely, something that still whispers on the wind through the tall pines? The legend of the lost hunters serves as a stark reminder that no matter how well we think we know the wild, it always holds secrets of its own. Thanks for joining me on this journey into a classic mountain legend. What do you think happened to the brothers? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mysteries from the wild. Stay curious and stay safe out there.